The beginning of a new video. We're still in northern Virginia. Name of the little town is Mount Jackson, Virginia, and I just wanted to show you this little typical scene. Pretty nice, standing right here on the highway, but I just thought this was pretty. August the 23rd, and we were going to Antietam today and Harpers Ferry, but the weather's just awful. So instead, we're right out of Boonesboro, which is near where our campground is. And this is the first monument dedicated to the memory of George Washington. And the people of Boonesboro built this thing. And it's just so foggy you can't see anything over there, but you got a good view. But it looks like a mason jar. But this is the first monument to the memory of George Washington. Naturally, I was drugged up here, but not drugged, but drugged. But it's kind of interesting historically, I guess. Get this thing all in one frame, but you can't do it. But anyway, that gives you an idea of the proportions of it. Naturally, it's hollow inside, and we had to climb to the top so we could see 4 feet in front of it. We're at Antietam, which I certainly wasn't a history scholar, but this is interesting. There's a Maryland monument there. And what I'm showing you is the battlefield of Antietam, and the significance in my interpretation so far is that this was the most highest casualty battle in the history of the United States through now, single day. They lost 23,000 troops, wounded or dead here. The Antietam is a creek that's right down there in front of us. Behind us is the Potomac River, and it was a battle between Robert E. Lee and General McClellan. And it's very significant, but I'll think of stuff later. I just wanted to show you a panorama of the battlefield. It's very significant. The consensus was, you know, Lee just left here after the battle and went back to Virginia. So some people consider this a draw, and some people consider it a victory for the Union. A little cannon fire right here. Try to get it. Put a little demo. Be loud. There we go. This is, there are 3 monuments I can see. I'll shoot each one of them. This is the New York Monument. I said it was Maryland a while ago, but it's not. It's the New York Monument. This is the Maryland Monument. Right over there is a little distant shot of that New York Monument. Ohio Monument there. And this little church is called the Dunker Church. It's a Baptist church, and it was named that because that's how they baptized their people. They dunked them, but it was significant in this battle. Different view. This is the observation tower, and the visitor center is right straight up there toward the New York Tower. Just for perspective, we're about 60 miles. D.C. is about 60 miles right over that way. But there were folks all over this battlefield, and it was almost impossible to just figure it out, so I didn't try. A sunken road, and a bunch of folks were killed in this little depression in the earth here. But I mean, you could read all you want to about this, but the reason Lee was here is he wanted to take the war out of Virginia, because they've been fighting in Virginia for a long time, and he wanted to give the farmers a chance to get the crops in, and he also wanted a victory in a Union state. And he came here and looking for sympathizers, but in this part of the country of Maryland, there weren't any sympathizers. The sympathizers were over on the East Coast, where they had the tobacco farms and a lot of slaves over there, so he could have gotten a lot of sympathizers over there. But over here, they were just farmers, and they didn't have a bunch of slaves, and he got no sympathy over here and no enthusiasm for what he was trying to do, which was have a major victory in a Union state. That's all. That's it for Antietam for me. We're in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. This is called Jefferson's Rock, and there's the Shenandoah River, and it runs into the Potomac River right there. But Jefferson came here and observed this merger and thought it was beautiful, so they saved that rock for him. They braced it up like that to keep it from sliding into off the cliff. There's Shenandoah River right there. Shot of the Potomac, a little bit different perspective. It's coming down from my left and heading toward DC, and the Shenandoah runs into it right over there. And here's another perspective of Jefferson's Rock. It was a heck of a climb up here, but we did down that cool hill, and this is the Shenandoah River, and right here is exactly where it runs into the Potomac and heads toward DC. General Lee sent, when they were in Antietam, sent Stonewall Jackson and some troops down here. The Union had control of Harpers Ferry, had 12,000 soldiers here, and they finally got them to surrender, but that didn't do Lee much good. But anyway, this is Potomac and the Shenandoah convergence right here. Today's August the 25th. We left Greenbrier State Park in Maryland this morning and drove less than 50 miles, about 46 miles up here to Caledonia State Park in Pennsylvania, near Gettysburg. We're close to Gettysburg. We're going there tomorrow. So anyway, the most normal people campers have gone home. It's Monday. I'm going to throw a little tidbit every once in a while that occurs to me about Thomas Jefferson, and then I'm going to get off. I am wrapping this video up. This is going to do it for this video. I'll try to get it out today. But Thomas Jefferson, his father died when he was 14. He inherited his money or his properties and so forth, and that mountain. The first thing they did when he started building his dream home at age 25 is took 10 feet off the top of that mountain. So that's just a little snippet that impressed me. You know, the slaves had to work real hard to get 10 feet cleared off the top of that mountain so he could build his little dream home. But anyway, I'm going to get this out to you. Antietam was interesting, a brutal battle there. And we left there and went down to Harpers Ferry. We're going to continue our little historic tour